Tell me about this hunter.
They say he uses a connection with animals to track his prey. And once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Do.
I know it, but I don't know it.
Jam on
really?
it.
Okay. Who sung it?
Jam on it. Nucleus.
A lot of
son.
people.
I know
Sir
that
Mix-a-Lot.
shit.
No. I'm sorry. That's not Sir Mix-a-Lot. My fault. Throw in my hip hop card.
Nucleus.
Actually,
Nucleus.
No. It wasn't Nucleus. It was Sugar Hill Gang.
No.
Yeah, Sugar Hill Gang.
No, it was Nucleus.
Yeah,
I had the record, man.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you. You're probably right on that one. Anyway, welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Nursery Bullying host Lyra, aka It's Kraven Time, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Grimlock.
Me, Grimlock. Yeah, and we're back with an episode. We're gonna jump into it. You see the thumbnail. We're gonna go into it, and let's just start because we actually got a bunch of show. We last week we didn't have a bunch of show. We went forever, so now we got some stuff. Let's jump into it. So first thing, want to give our condolences to Nintendo because they have an, especially their PR department, because the PR department have a rough ass 2024. You know, so I'm gonna leave this up for 5 seconds to see if y'all catch it. I'm taking it down. Got it? Okay, cool.
Did
I'm not even gonna
Dr.
explain
Tongue
it.
have no dick? What's wrong?
I'm not gonna explain it. People that know, they'll know.
Okay.
All right. But then we're going to jump into it. Like I said, we had I guess it was a busy box office weekend, even though it hasn't been a busy box office weekend for the rest of this year. But now we do have one.
Just got it. Okay, good one.
McFly. Okay. All right. So, yeah. All right. So we're going to jump into it. Eli, we're going to bring back an old classic. We're going to bring back your favorite, the box office numbers.
Wow, there's still a box office, huh?
There's still about. It wasn't until this weekend. We're here now. So give it to me. What is the number one movie of the week?
Is it The Lion King?
That didn't come out.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
close.
it will be when it does come.
It will be when it comes out, you know. But you're close. You're closer than you think you are, Eli. I'm gonna just throw that on the screen. Throw the graph on the screen. Bam. Moana 2. Let me blow this up. I can't see shit. Yeah. Well, I thought for everybody,
The Lion King. I was that could be a Kraven reference. A Lion King.
The Lion King could be. We're gonna go into that more. Like I said, we're gonna do a deep dive into Kraven. But you know what? For everybody saying that they hate The Rock and The Rock is this and The Rock is that, why they got his number one movie almost making $1 billion? You know. And Eli, I know you saw Wicked. What's your review of it?
Oh, I didn't see Wicked.
Okay, you did see.
That's
Wicked.
my review.
That's your review. Okay, there you go. And third, Gladiator 2, which did we review that? We didn't review that, did we?
You did. You saw it.
Okay.
You said it was okay.
What? You know what? I think I pulled up the wrong numbers. It don't even matter. I was looking for Kraven. I don't see Kraven on there, but that's okay. It don't even matter.
For
Point
King
is,
and country. I don't even know what the fuck. A drummer boy. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I never heard of that.
Anyway, I think I put the wrong number. I think I put up last week's numbers. Hey, that's live television for you. But the point is, what I was trying to make is that Kraven was like number 3 at the box office. Like it debuted at number 3 behind Moana and Wicked. So there you go. So no one gives a shit. Also, Red One was on there, I think, and Red One is already on Prime Video, so it's doing both numbers there, here, and there. So that's good. Yeah. That's cool. So did
you watch the Red One?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I will eventually, sometime in the future. People are saying it's not that bad, even though nobody saw it in theaters. But people are saying it's not that bad.
Oh, so I watched that Silent Night, the John Woo movie. I did finally watch that.
Peacock?
It was all right.
Was it on Peacock?
No, where did I watch it? No, it wasn't on Peacock.
Okay, because you know
Where did I
everything
watch
is everywhere now.
Is it on Paramount? It's on one. It's not something I can't remember. But I watched it.
I'll Google
I
it
watched
later on.
it.
It's just as long as I know it's up somewhere, I'll check it out. So there.
It was
All right,
fine.
So
It was
yeah.
fine.
All right. So what was gonna do next part? We didn't see Red One. We didn't see Wicked. We didn't see that. But the point is, Kraven the Last Hunt, didn't see it. Nobody saw it. The only people that saw that movie is people doing a review for it. That's it. So that was the audience. Idiots like me. Not Eli, me. Because for a second there, we were talking and Eli was like, "Oh, did you see it?" I know damn well Eli didn't see this movie.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I was like the world.
Well, I haven't seen a Sony Spider-Verse movie since Venom. Oh no, I saw Morbius. I saw that.
and that's when you said, "I'm done. I'm out."
Yeah, I was done.
I've done enough. Yeah, I've served my time.
I haven't watched. I only watched one Venom movie and Morbius, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Still haven't seen Madam Web.
Okay. Not yet.
Not yeah.
All right. So the thing is, now we're going to do a Kraven deep dive. We're going to talk about the Kraven movie. We're going to review the Kraven movie because, like I said, nobody saw the movie. So I'm pretty sure, like every other Sony movie, more people are going to watch reviews of the movie than actually see the movie. And we're going to dig into it. But before we get into it, we got to do something because people have been hitting me up all week. And what they've been asking me is, who the fuck is Kraven? That's what people been asking me. I'm going to see if I throw the graphic up. Nope. Back. Everything's upside down.
It's not a White Castle hamburger box.
Not a hamburger box. Everybody asks about who is Kraven.
That would have been a great tie-in. If White Castle did a Kraven tie-in, a Kraven box.
Yeah, but you know the thing with I won't say that because I was gonna say rated R movies don't do a whole lot of tie-ins, but Deadpool vs. Wolverine was everywhere. Like they had Deadpool, Wolverine, tampons, and okay.
Yeah.
Is White Castle even still a thing anymore? I don't see it. Okay.
Yeah, I get the Kraven. I get a Kraven once in a while, White Castle.
Okay, wait, but how is that a tie-in? I'm trying to figure it out. Oh,
Kraven,
because
they got the Kraven's
okay.
box. You get the big giant box of like is it 10 or 12 sliders? The Kraven's box.
I guess. Okay.
Oh, see, okay.
We don't have a White Castle down here, so I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a
so all these
regional
references,
thing.
you're just like, whew, okay.
It's an up north thing where it snows. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Okay. But that's the point. So we're going to do a deep dive in Kraven. So we're going to talk about Kraven the Hunter. His name is Kraven the Hunter. If you don't know who Kraven the Hunter is a Spider-Man villain. That's what he is.
One of the biggest Spider-Man villains ever.
Yeah, one of the first Spider-Man villains. One of the biggest Spider-Man villains, first Spider-Man villain. He was made by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
You got to give him their credit.
Yeah.
What's his whole thing? His whole thing is he's a big game poacher. That's his thing. And he got so bored with hunting animals and beasts and tigers and bears and oh my, he got bored with it. So when he got a call that there's a human spider dude running around in New York City, he was like, well, there you go. So there you go. Now, how is Kraven able to keep up with Spider-Man? Because you know, Spider-Man got super strength, super speed, all the bullshit like that. Kraven has super speed, super strength, and all the bullshit like that. He took some kind of potion from a witch doctor that gave him super strength, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. He became one of the founding members of the Sinister Six. You know, they all teamed up to just beat the shit out of Spider-Man or kill Spider-Man. And you would think they would kill Spider-Man team up, but the point is their ego won't let them get team up because they always want to be the guy to take Spider-Man out. So they end up fighting amongst each other. So that's why they never kill Spider-Man, because they did kill Spider-Man. The books would have ended back in, the 60s, That being said, Eli, we can talk about Kraven's greatest story. I think unanimously among comic fans.
I was about to say he did actually get Spider-Man at one point.
He did get Spider-Man at one point, so we can talk about that. Where is it? Boom. Yes, Kraven the Last Hunt. So where he actually does capture Spider-Man, beat the shit out of Spider-Man, shoot Spider-Man, bury Spider-Man alive. That panel right there is one of the greatest comic book panels of all time.
I heard that this was originally going to be a Batman story. That's why it's so dark.
Oh, okay.
That's what I heard.
You know what? I don't think it was a Batman. Obviously it wasn't a Batman story.
No.
However, I do think like the Dark Knight Returns and Watchmen, stuff like that, I think it did influence the story.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like they originally meant, I don't remember why it happened, but it was originally going to be a Batman story, and then whoever, just made it a Spider-Man story. And I'm trying to find it.
Yeah,
because
most Spider-Man stories.
I got the Kraven Last Hunt collected somewhere, and I'm just in my bookshelf here looking.
Because most Spider-Man stories don't get that dark. Like, I mean, Spider-Man has go through some shit before, but they don't usually get that dark. So that's the thing. Like, if you want to read because the thing is, when you look at, like, we made a whole podcast episode about greatest Batman stories, but we really can't do that with Spider-Man, because if you think about greatest Spider-Man stories, there are really not too many Spider-Man like stories. Now, there are moments, events, but as far as like just stories, you really can't just say, hey, go read this story. But Kraven Last Hunt, if there is a top 5 story, it's in there. It's Kraven Last Hunt, top 5 story. Like I said, it's great. He was a menacing villain. He beat Spider-Man, buried Spider-Man, became Spider-Man. And at the end of the story, when he realized that he can beat Spider-Man anytime he wants to, and there's really no point in doing it because he did what he wanted to do, he took a shotgun to his head and self-deleted himself. And that's how the book ended. So, like I said, Spider-Man story against. So the thing is, is that the end of Kraven the Hunter? Not really. So that was the end of that Kraven the Hunter. So any Kraven the Hunter you see in the stories now is actually his son.
Yeah.
Unless he serve it called Kraven off or some shit, like that. So that's the whole point of Kraven the Hunter. What do we got here? I saw the movie or entering the cameos. I saw that Chameleon was in the movie, or the other enemy character. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's talk about Chameleon. Okay. There's even among Spider-Man fans, there's some Kraven fun facts that even they may not know. So for those who know who Chameleon is actually the first Spider-Man supervillain. Eli, you stay there? You disappeared?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. I didn't know if you went to, like, I'm gonna go outside and look for my Kraven the Hunter comic book.
I actually was looking for it. And I can't.
Okay. All right. So the point is that Chameleon is actually Spider-Man's first supervillain that he ever fought. He fought like gangsters and burglars like that, but as far as supervillains, Chameleon's the first. So for those that don't know, Chameleon is actually Kraven's brother. So that wasn't originally in the story, but the whole point of why even Kraven even knew about Spider-Man in the first place was because of Chameleon. Chameleon kept getting his ass kicked by Spider-Man. He was like, hey, I'm gonna just call him my brother and have him take Spider-Man out because I'm sick of him. At the same time, Chameleon also hates Kraven. So he's like, if Spider-Man takes him out, hey, more for the better. So either way, he wins. They have a complicated relationship, to say the least. They're not. The thing is, when Stan Lee and Steve Ditko wrote it, they weren't brothers. They were just like good friends. And I think like J.M. DeMatteis, the same guy that wrote Kraven the Last Hunt, he's the one that made Chameleon. They were like, oh, they finally reveals their brothers, because after Kraven Last Hunt, when Kraven shot himself, Chameleon blamed Spider-Man for that and wouldn't get revenge. Like, you killed my brother, I'm coming after you. So now it's becoming a big thing in media. Like, I think in the Spider-Man 2 video game, it's an Easter egg. Like, if you find a thing or go a side quest, that you'll find out that Kraven and Chameleon are brothers, even in that video game. While we're talking about the video game, if you want to know the best iteration of Kraven outside the comics, or hell, even in the comics, the Spider-Man 2 video game, best version of it. He actually looks like a villain, dangerous, menacing, not boy bandish. Not saying that Aaron Taylor-Joy, whatever, dude, not saying he did a bad job, but I'm just saying that's what you got from there. So I think that's our Kraven the Hunter deep lore dive. Anything else you got to add on it, Eli? Or
okay, so yeah, J.M. what's his name?
J.M. DeMatteis. J.M. DeMatteis, yeah.
So he originally pitched it as a Batman story where Joker kills Batman. But
that's the Killing Joke.
But the Killing Joke had just come out.
Oh, okay.
So it got rejected. So he reworked it. Actually, then he tried to use Hugo Strange, it says, and that got rejected too. So then
they did that story. Hugo Strange did take out Batman, become Batman. They did that story.
Yeah, Hugo Strange
around that same time.
Yeah, but he says that got rejected. Then he finally put it into a Spider-Man. He worked it into the Spider-Man story.
Okay.
So, after being rejected.
So they rejected the story. They didn't do it anyway. Okay. I feel like they just stole the story, but okay. That's okay. But yeah, like I said, I think that's as deep as a Kraven the Hunter lore dive you need to go. I don't think you need to go any deeper than that. I think you serve your purpose with it. So now we can talk about the movie.
He's been in, he's just
like I said, Spider-Man has, as far as comic book fans go, Rogues Gallery, one of the most famous Rogues Galleries in there. So if you start naming off villains and stuff like that, Kraven kind of comes up in there. You got Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, Electro, whatever like that, Sandman, and Kraven's name is going to come up there. He's not like a low tier villain. He's a,
No, he's like one of the OG members of the Sinister Six. He's been in every cartoon. I remember from the old 70s cartoon. Spider Man. He's spoken some
Australian.
Spider Man. Yeah. Yeah.
So in the comics, he's Russian. Chameleon's Russian. He's Russian. A lot of bad guys from the 60s were Russian. We can talk about the Cold War. We're not going to talk about the Cold War, but yeah, it was a thing. So
yeah.
So let me say, can we move on to the actual why everybody's here? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about where everybody's here. We can talk about Kraven the Hunter. Like I said, only 5 people saw this movie. Nobody's saying it. So now everybody's just watching a review to see what everybody's talking about in this movie. So let's talk about it. All right. So does this movie commit the same sins that other Sony movies came out? So when I say Sony movies, I got a name because for some reason people keep confusing the Sony movies with the Marvel movies. They're not Marvel movies. They're Marvel adjacent movies. They're Spider-Man-less Spider-Man movies, if you want to say it like that. So
just so they can keep the license.
Just so they keep the license. That's why they keep cranking these movies out. And I'm even hearing that they actually could have used Spider-Man. I'm thinking they couldn't use Spider-Man because they got the rights title with Marvel like that. They're like, nah, they could use Spider-Man how they wanted to. They didn't want to because reasons.
Because they don't want to. They don't want to be as big as Marvel.
Right. Like let's how do we not make money on these
let's keep the Spider-Man license and not put forth any effort into any of the movies.
Right. Make a machine. And honestly, you're joking, Eli, but I really think that's what it is. Like, let's just crank these movies out, make them cheap, turn a profit. That's what they're doing. Except they're not turning a profit.
They're not.
Right. So it's like jokes on you, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about the movie. Does it commit the same sins as the other one? That's like, so the Venom trilogy, Madam Web, Morbius, that's the Spider-Man-less Spider-Man, or they call it the SUMCK or some shit. I don't know what the fuck they call it. They got some weird name for it. But so far,
SSMU, I don't know. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but the point is they're saying that because they're not making a profit on these movies, so these Spider-Man-less Spider-Man movies, these villain movies, this is the last of these movies they're making. They're done with them. Kraven was the last one.
Oh, they almost didn't put this movie out. So we're not getting that Vulture movie?
Not a Vulture movie, not a El Muerte movie, not a Disco Dancer movie, not a Rocket Racer movie, all dead. No, not make it. So
which is funny because Vulture in the MCU was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, but he was in a Spider-Man movie.
He was in a Spider-Man movie.
It wasn't like let's make Vulture some misunderstood anti-hero. No, he was Vulture fighting Spider-Man, and that's why he worked. So yeah, like when you take a villain and then you try to heroize them, that shit don't always work, especially since you're trying to make it post-Penguin. Because now when you make a villain movie post-Penguin, Penguin just automatically dated all of those movies.
Yeah. They got to be bad guys now. We can't.
They got to be bad guys. If you make a bad guy movie, they got to be bad guys. Yeah. They can't be sympathetic anti-heroes. They can't be that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So let's get back to it. Okay. So let's name. Like I said, I named all the flaws of Spider-Man's not in the movie. So just get it out the way. They don't mention Spider-Man. Don't say anything about Spider-Man. They don't say anything about Morbius. Don't say anything about Madam Web. Don't say anything about Bitches. This is its own thing, and it feels like it's in its own universe. So you don't have to watch Madam Web to understand this movie. No, you don't. You just watch it or don't. So that's the first sin the movie made. Also, the other sins to make. Is the movie too long? Absolutely. This movie did not need to be 2 hours and 10 minutes for the Kraven the Hunter story they're trying to tell. Is the CGI shoddy? Absolutely. Yes. Because like I said, they're trying to spend as little as they can on these movies. Are they ripping off action scenes from better movies in this movie, just repurposing them? Absolutely. Because that's what they do. Now, Eli, now that I said all that stuff, I didn't mind this movie.
Okay. Yeah, actually, the trailer didn't look that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked brutal. The violence looked cool. Mm-hmm. R-rated, it looked like, which is what I thought the Venom movie should have been.
Frankie, what'd it do? Okay.
Hey, Frank, what are y'all? What's up?
Yeah, Renaissance Vulture was dope. Leonardo da Vinci Vulture. Yeah, I like that one. So Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about the movie. I feel like this movie delivers on what it promised. Nothing more, nothing less. It does not go above the board. It doesn't go under the board. Because I felt like Madam Web, if you want to go see Madam Web for sexy Spidey chicks and you don't get sexy Spidey chicks, you know, it over-delivered. It under-delivered. This movie gives you what you want. You want to see, you know, a Gen Z vigilante, you know. Let's see if I can show this shit. I had a graphic, Eli. I had a graphic.
Did we want to see any of that though?
I mean, if you want to see, if you
wanted to.
If you want, like, if you know this is what the movie is advertised, you're gonna go see it, then it's cool. But like I said, if you want to see a Gen Z vigilante, you know, take off his shirt, you know, and travel the world and murder corrupt businessmen, you get that. I can't believe I'm the only person that made that reference. I guess I'm the only person that saw the movie, but
you're trying to sell the movie now.
I'm not trying to sell the movie. I'm just like, but I understand that Sony can't sell a movie like that. But I was like, why am I'm the only person not make that connection? Like, it's weird when I was watching the movie and it's in the back of my head. It's just like, okay, but whatever. Like, we're Kraven just like real life, but they don't make that connection, you know. But that's the thing about it. So, like I said, the movie does that. The movie starts off slow. Don't get me wrong, the movie starts off slow at the beginning, but towards the middle of the movie, it's I got into the story. I actually kind of got into the more story is like some kind of family drama. Like his family, he comes from a crime family. His dad's like some big time Russian gangster, and he's trying to escape it. And you know, Camille is his brother in the movie. You know, so he's trying to get his brother out of the crime family and shit like that. But it was interesting. Like there's one scene with Russell Crowe, because Russell Crowe plays the dad in the movie. So Russell Crowe and Aaron Taylor, Quicksilver, that dude. So they're acting against each other, playing off each other, you know, having a good argument, stuff like that. And for a split second, I was like, damn, these dudes are kind of acting like they think they're in a real movie. Like they don't know they're in a shitty Spider-Man-less Spider-Man movie. They think they're in a real movie. So for a second there, it fooled me for a second. I got to give him credit on that one. The Quicksilver dude, like I said, they've been trying to like make all these Hollywood dudes like Glenn Powell and who's the next guy this and next guy that. Meanwhile, Aaron Taylor Joy Johnson, dude, Quicksilver, he's been around here forever. You know, he's been Quicksilver, he's been in MCU. For those who don't know, he was also Kick-Ass. So he's been in all these movies. Yeah.
Oh,
so he's been in all these movies. Yeah. And every time he's in a movie, he pulls out a good performance. He's a good leading man. He can carry a movie. He carried this movie. I felt like he carried this movie. Like, honestly, I feel like I said, Bullet Train.
He's the only one putting forth effort.
Yeah. No. I'm saying everybody felt like they were putting forth effort. People were acting like they were in a real movie. Like, for one, it wasn't like Madam Web, where she like, I'm just cash my check, man, so get the fuck up out of here. You can feel that from that movie. This one, it felt like people were actually showing up to work. Like, okay, I give y'all credit on that. So he was doing a good job carrying the movie. Like I said, I felt like the Sony executives saw Bullet Train, because they also did Bullet Train also, and they were like, give this guy something to do. We put this guy in a movie, throw a superhero IP on him, have him walk around shirtless through half the movie, and have him kill up a bunch of gangsters and shit like that. We got a movie. They don't, because nobody watched it. But you can see the thought process of that. So I see the vision of where they were going with it. So I don't blame them for that. You know. What else we got with this movie? Like I said, bloody action scenes. Eli, I'm about to say something a little bit blasphemous. I almost wish the action scenes in this movie they used in Black Panther. I'll just say, because it was practical. It wasn't like CGI. Okay, let's cut away from him and turn a CGI stunt dummy in this one. No, it was like either him or a real stuntman doing all that acrobatic cat, panther, lion shit he was doing.
Yes.
Oh, he's like half lion in this movie or some shit. He like his lion DNA or what the fuck ever.
Yes,
so
I agree. I like practical stunts and real danger. Not like I don't want stunt people to get fucking maimed and
right.
There's like an excitement when you're seeing real stunts.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as like stunt movies in these type of superhero movies, it's better than what we normally get. Take away the blood and the viscera and all this like that, which is there. But I'm just saying, just as far as the stunt work, the act stuff like that, like it was like, okay, y'all actually trying. If Eli, it felt like they were trying this movie. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying they stuck I'm not saying everybody stop what you're doing, go get Kraven tickets right now, shit like that. No, the movie has its flaws. The movie commits its sins. It does things that I was like, if you just didn't do that, you might have been there. But there's also some good things that, like, people are going to go out of their way and say it's the worst movie of all time. It's a travesty. I went in there, wanted to pluck my eyes out and also like that. I'm like, there was nothing in this movie that there was bad. I'm watching the movie the whole time. Like, so what's so bad about this movie? I'm like, not really, other than just being too long. And when they do use CGI, you can tell it's cheap CGI. But other than that, I didn't
just
have a
the
problem.
internet. You know how the internet
The internet is going to internet,
yeah.
right? They're going to outrage and all this shit like that. But like they did with the Marvels. The Marvels was supposed to be the worst movie we've ever seen.
It wasn't. No, I've seen worse. Worse
Right, but that's what the internet does.
Like
right.
And everything. Every time they said this is the worst piece of shit of all time, blah 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 blah. It's never that bad. They said that about the Wonder Woman 84.
Right.
It wasn't that bad. None of these movies are that bad. They're not great.
Right.
But they're not that bad.
No, Eli, Madam Web is that bad. It really is. Morbius was that bad. That's what I'm saying. It's not on that level. It's not. It does feel like it's a step above those Sony movies, even though, like I said, they commit the same sins as no Spider-Man in a Spider-Man movie. And what they do with Rhino in this movie, I'm just like, that was a choice. Okay. People are going to be divided on it. People have seen the screenshots. I didn't get a screenshot, but they show screenshots of Rhino. People are making fun of the movie alone for that. Like, ugh, that's Rhino. Ugh. Like, what you expect the Rhino look at? Yes, Rhino looks like a rhino. That the movie
want him in a robot suit like he was in the other Spider-Man?
No, he wasn't. No, he's just like his skin.
I've seen the screenshots, of Rhino, and I didn't like. Oh, it looks like a Ray Harryhausen character.
Right. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. The screenshots. Yeah. If you freeze frame the screenshots and just stare at it, yes, it looks bad. But honestly, Eli, watching the fight scene in motion, I was entertained. I didn't freeze frame it and stop it and zoom in like that. No, I was like, hey, that's a pretty cool fight. Kraven versus Rhino. That's pretty cool. Rhino doing Rhino shit. Kraven got to think his way out of it, and all this shit because he's Rhino. He just can't punch him and shit like he was just because he ripped through like the rest of the bad guys shit movie. So Rhino, he actually has a real fight in his hands. So I thought it was a pretty interesting fight. Then he got all these bison like floating around him and trying to. It was actually imagery. It had good imagery in it at that fast. If that makes any sense. So. Like I said, I didn't hate the movie, man. I wish I could hate the movie. Now, if the movie committed any sin, it's that it's mediocre. Now, we can say that. And being a mediocre superhero movie in 2024 could be a sin in itself.
People got to give so many. I think what the problem is, no one cares. No one cares about this. And if you don't give a shit,
we're past the days where Ant-Man can make a movie and it does $500 million. We're past those days.
Yeah. Where you feel like you need. Yeah. That's what Marvel did. Marvel, like I said, they made episodic TV shows with movies where we felt like we needed to see every one because it all tied into the story somehow, and it did.
But isn't that the lifeblood of comics in general?
And that's what comics are. Yeah,
that's what they've always. That's how they've survived for 100 years or whatever, how long they've been, because of sequential storytelling. Okay, you read this chapter. I got to know what happens in the next chapter. If that was one story complete, and read the next story, you'd be like, well, I don't need to read that shit. I can just pick it up later. But you got to know the rest of the story.
Yeah. And that's what kept people hooked with the MCU for so many years. And ever since then, we don't feel the need to see everything because they haven't really worked out another story arc.
Well, I don't think that's the case. Like, I think a lot of people say that, but I think what it is in phase 4, I think they wanted to get away from that. I think they wanted to get away from the central storytelling and the sequential storytelling and make people have to. I think they wanted to let's just throw some shit out there. Just see what happens. Let's throw out Shang-Chi. Let's throw out Eternals. Let's throw out Echo. Let's just see how people vibe to it. They didn't vibe to it because they felt like, well, if you're just not going to tell just one line of story and I don't have to watch it, well, I don't have to watch it.
Well, because it wasn't the same characters anymore. I mean, you had a certain cast of characters that everybody liked, and they went back to see them. And now you've got this new set of characters that no one gives a shit about.
But guess what, Eli? All that's done because everybody's coming back.
Yeah.
Chris Evans coming back. Robert Downey Jr. coming back. And they're like, why do they keep bringing everybody back? Why don't they stop doing that? Y'all did this. You are the reason they're doing this. They gave
Yeah.
you new shit. They gave you new characters. They gave you new storylines. I was like that. You rejected them. So everything that Marvel's doing right now is your fault.
Yeah.
You can't blame them for this.
They're getting desperate. No, that's exactly what it is. It's all out of desperation.
Right.
You know? And we called this years ago. They're going to bring back Tony Stark somehow.
Well, it wasn't because of Marvel needed. It wasn't because Marvel needed them. Those guys needed Marvel. What was the last good movie Chris Evans was in?
Yeah.
Red One.
Deadpool.
Right. Oh, what was that? That Anna de Armas movie, that Apple Plus movie we reviewed, Ghosted or some shit. You know, he's playing all these bullshit ass movies.
You reviewed it.
I did review that, yeah. But I'm saying he's playing all these bullshit ass movies. It's like it's only a matter of time before he calls Marvel. He's like, look, man, I'm struggling. I'm dying out here, man. Bring me back. You know. Yeah. So that's the thing. Even though they got all this money, so that's all I'm saying, y'all. I know the internet is going to tear this movie apart, and in some ways, I do feel like the movie deserves that because it does commit the same sins that other movies do. But I don't think if you accept those flaws of the movie and you sift through that and you're willing to open your mind to it, I think you'll have a good time. Now, I understand that means you have to lower your standards with that, and that's kind of the problem people have with these movies because everybody wants everything to be in game. If it ain't in game, why bother?
Mm-hmm.
You know, this ain't in game. Just let you know. So just go enjoy yourself if you can. You like it or whatever. I don't care. So I'm gonna slap a score on it. Move fast. I think I'm running in circles right now. But the point is, the score I'm giving it 3 out of 5. I think that's a fair score. That's fair. You know, another thing, the internet is another thing crazy. Also, they're talking about spoilers like that. Oh, the guy was talking about cameos. They mentioned Vermin a little bit. One little thing on there, they show like one of the bad guys hit Kraven with like a fear toxin or some bush like that. And his worst fears was spiders. So thought that was okay, cool. Okay. Like I said, his brother turned out to be Camille at the end of it. People were freaking out because there was an end credit scene. And people freaking out like, don't spoil the ending. Don't like, look, that's his brother in the comics. So people are mad because the movie is showing that his brother in the comics is his brother in the movie. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I don't know. So that's all I got. Yeah, we can move past that. All right. What you got, Eli?
I don't know. What do we got? What are we talking about? We're going to video games?
Not yet. That's way too early, man. Damn. Let's talk about you want to talk about Skeleton Crew?
Sure, I can. Yeah, I could talk about.
Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
Well, Skeleton Crew episode 3 came out. Yeah, and it was fine. I loved it. I'm still liking the show. So far, so good. Yeah, we get a little bit more lore about the planet at Aten that they're from. The kids are from. They're dipping into, I guess it's from the old Republic, and it's remained hidden, you know, for like quite possibly thousands of years, because the kids do not have any idea about anything that's happened in Star Wars history. Like they you know, they're like, Alderaan's not a planet anymore.
If they're 10 or 12, then yeah, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Know.
Yeah, they're like, we're like, yeah, didn't you hear about the war, you know, that happened 5 years ago? Like, so yeah, a little bit more lore about the history of their planet. And is this guy, Jude Law's character, he seems to have at first we thought he may have been a Jedi, or at least Force sensitive. Now it turns out that he's actually a pirate. And
you called it.
Yeah, and that he has many aliases. One of them, I guess, is a reference to the Star Wars cruiser. What's that they shut it down, but where you could go spend the night and for 3 days, that park in Florida or whatever, the Star Cruiser
you're talking about.
Yeah. I guess it was reference to that. So a little bit more, still not giving it everything away, but we're not sure. Obviously, he's a pirate. Obviously, all the pirates know about that planet, but it's a myth to them. They think there's some treasure there, you know, but they've never been able to find it because it's been hidden. So in the episode, the kids they travel to this new character. She's like an owl cat alien thing that has maps to all over the galaxy. Kind of reminded me of the Dark Crystal. Remember that old hag lady with the thing with the planet spinning?
Muppets. They had like Muppets and shit.
Yeah, where she, it kind of reminded me of that, where she had maps to everywhere. But yeah, but she was like, she's also like a criminal too. She like didn't trust. They don't trust each other, and she ends up ratting them out. She calls the feds. She calls the feds being the rebels. So X-Wings show up. It's just another fun kids adventure. It dips into nostalgia, but not like let's bring in Yoda or Luke. No, it's nostalgia in tone. There's certain beats that reminds me of the Goonies, or that reminds me of a line, like maybe a quote or a sentence said in an older Star Wars movie. So we're getting like nostalgia in terms of tone, and feel and themes, rather than, let's just throw Darth Vader and lightsabers into this so fans can go, oh, I know what that is, So that's what they're doing. They're finding a cool balance of nostalgia without bogging it down with legacy characters and, all that. So, but I'm still digging it. 3 episodes in, I loved it, and yeah, can't wait for the next episode. So, like I said, so far so good. Still digging on it. It's a fun show. It's Goonies in space, Treasure Island in space. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Nice. Okay.
So bringing back the childlike wonder back to Star Wars.
Okay. All right. So that being said, we'll move on to the opposite end of the spectrum. Talk about Creature Commandos.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
I did see this. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Eli. This episode sold me.
Oh yeah.
This episode sold me on the show. Yeah. James Gunn cooked with this episode. Yeah. He cooked with this episode. I was like, if this is what James Gunn gonna do going forward, I'm good. DC is in good hands. Because he killed with this episode.
Yeah, with this, yeah. Remember, this isn't Superman. This is wacky, zany characters.
Right. This is up his alley, so he knows what to do with these characters. Right.
Yeah.
And the story he was telling me, because it had a heart, it had a theme to it. He made G.I. Robot one of the greatest characters of DC's outside the comics so far, And the story he was telling, because all he wanted to do was kill Nazis. And what he keeps finding out, that living through all history, like Nazis still exist, they just change their names.
Yeah.
Or change that name, but they're still Nazis. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is funny because that pisses a lot of people off.
But why? Why is it pissing people off? Eli, wasn't we growing up and we just understood Nazis were bad? When did that change? When did that become a topic of discussion?
In the late 2000s.
And you know what's crazy about it? We talk about and I'm not talking about just skinheads and white people. For some reason, and I'm gonna call motherfuckers out. About 2 years ago, black people started becoming fans of Nazis. Like, what is that shit? I was talking to some folks, they were like, well, Hitler said, like, stop what you about to say right now. I don't want to hear it, because if you start a sentence with Hitler said, that should tell you something right there. You should not finish that sentence. So I'm so glad that whole thing ended right there. I blame Kanye for that bullshit. Because he was doing this shit.
Damn, motherfuckers will just drink any Kool-Aid, won't they?
Like, why? You just listen to any, like, no, man, we are not going to repeat what just crazy motherfuckers say that off their meds. No. Oh, man. I was like, we do not need to go down this road, man. So I don't know, Eli, somewhere we went from all Nazis are bad to, well, like, no. Like, this should not be a controversial subject. It should be the motherfucker saw Nazis died. That's what it is.
Yeah. But it's just cool. Like you said, like he's woke up. He's like a man out of time, because he got shut off and then he got turned back on, like in in modern day. And right. Nazis are still, he gets 90s, taken to
but still, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he gets taken to a KKK rally and
oh, and people started to use that thing he said as a meme where we was like, well, I'm not a Nazi, and he looks at it, it's like, well, that's something a Nazi would say. I'm saying people started to use that meme. So
yeah.
So great show, great action. I'm loving the characters, and it's just 3 episodes, and I'm already loving the characters in there. I felt bad when, what would you say it? I'm not gonna say it.
Spoilers. I gave the disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
Spoiler: when G.I. Joe, not G.I. Joe, G.I. Robot died. I was like, oh no! They built the character up so much, you love the character. There, bam, he's out of there. So damn. And then I just that's why I'm so glad when they was fucking Cersei up at the end. Weasel was just going to work on her, and Dr. Factor is like, I'm like, damn. So yeah, we got to show, and you got to think about it. Like, this is the tone he's setting for the DCU. That's why I'm loving the direction of what they're going right now. So they're trying. This is the first time when we got a cinematic universe before. This is the first time we had a cinematic universe where they combine animation and live action. So now you got to find a way to bleed those together, because none of those, Spectacular Spider-Man, Avengers, Symbols, show Earth Mightiest Heroes, they weren't tied to the MCU. But they're making this all canon, so it's letting us know what's going forward tone wise, So I'm enjoying it. Hey, this I recommend. Everybody need to be watching this shit. Creature Commandos, great. HBO, go watch it. So that people say, okay, so we'll talk about that. What else we got? Are we on Vijda Games now? That was quick.
Sure.
I think so. Yeah. All right. Which one we're gonna talk about first? Let's talk about Marvel Rivals. Let's talk about that. Eli, did you get much playtime out of Marvel Rivals? I know you didn't get a whole lot of playtime in it. I didn't get a whole lot of playtime in it, but what are your impressions of it so far? For those who don't know what Marvel Rivals is, it is a online video game that dropped last week. We didn't get a chance to play, but it came out this week. It is playing. It's everywhere. This game is everywhere right now. Everybody's playing it. Everybody's loving it. I've played it. I've had fun with it. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing in this game. So I just keep asking people, what the hell should I be doing? They're like, oh man, it's like Overwatch, man. Don't worry, it's just like Overwatch. Like, okay, cool. What the fuck is Overwatch? So they're telling me that, and apparently because when this game came out, now Overwatch numbers like plummeted. So it's like it basically replaced that game. So people are loving it. People are having fun. Some people saying some of the characters are unbalanced. Eli, I have some footage for you. I don't know if I can pull it up. I might have messed some stuff up. Yeah. So apparently they're saying Iron Fist is one of the most broken characters in video game history. And I put some footage up because apparently this is a clip of him fighting Iron Man in space. So apparently every time Iron Man flies away from him, he just jumps after him. Never touched the ground. And he ends up killing him also. So I'm like, okay, maybe they need to tone him down a little bit on there. Yeah. So so far, I've been playing the Punisher, Eli. I don't know why the Punisher, because honestly, I didn't know Punisher was on the game. So when I picked up Punisher, I was like, okay, let me learn Punisher. And I learned, I'm like, hey, it's pretty fun. Then I went online and I killed people with the Punisher. I'm like, hey, that's pretty fun. Don't know what I was doing, but people died. So I'm just like, that's got to be worth something. So I'm just, who did you play as, Eli?
I tried a few characters, but I think I settled into Groot. I'm like the Vanguard. I tend to like the Vanguard guys because they're just easier for me to maneuver. I find online
you're too
shooters.
Deep in the game. You're too deep in the game already now because I don't know about.
Well, I played Star Wars Hunters a few months back, and
is that like Overwatch?
It's basically it's Star Wars Overwatch. Where you're on a team, you get a different. You're on a team. Each character has different skills, and I played as Chewbacca on Star Wars Hunters, and he was a Vanguard. He was like the big guy who could just a wrecking ball, kind of guarded people, and then was just a wrecking ball, which I find easy for me because I don't play online. When I played Call of Duty, I played zombies. I never was into online shooters with other people who could sit there for hours, perking themselves up and becoming awesome. And I'm not. And I got killed all the time, So I suck at online shooters. So that's why, just give me a fucking big ass fucking, behemoth character and let me just fucking rush them. Let me just bum rush people. So that's what Chewbacca did. And that's
worry about strategy and shit. And
yeah. I tried the Hulk at first, but he was you had to aim a little bit too much with the Hulk. Whereas Groot, Groot's kind of like that. Groot's got that his strikes. I can strike from a distance. I can, set up the barriers. He doesn't have a rush. He doesn't really have a rush, but he's got that special. that I gotta charge up and that thing that comes up and fucks people up. Yeah, I've been doing okay with Groot. I tried Psylocke. I was disappointed that her hot outfit wasn't. You got to pay for that one.
You gotta pay to play. You gotta pay to play.
Yeah.
See,
I can't.
See that shit right there. Like that's the shit I like right there. I can just sit there and just do like a gun board and just mow down motherfuckers.
Yeah. But even Psylocke, her main attack was basically shooting.
Oh really? Okay.
I was hoping I could hack. I was able to hack and slash.
Like Candy Street Fighter some shit.
Yeah, but I tried Hulk. I actually tried the Punisher for a little bit too, but like I said, I suck at shooting. Let me just throw shit and run shit. That's what I like to do.
Are you playing with the keyboard and mouse like the kids, or are you
No, I was on my Xbox.
Oh.
I know I'm such an old man. I am an old man.
Hey, I'm playing on the controller too because I was like, you know what? Let me learn what these kids are doing. Let me try keyboard and mouse. I tried this shit. I'm like, fuck that, man.
This sucks. Yeah. My carpal tunnel sucks as it is. I'm not gonna.
I have no idea how you kids play with that shit. I do not know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna type my game. What the fuck is that? Right. What is this, Oregon Trail? Like, what the fuck?
Right. That is the oldest fucking reference we've ever made on the show. Like Oregon Trail. We're the only people. If you know what Oregon Trail is, your knees pop when you wake up in the morning.
Oh yeah. Well, they're making a movie. I hear.
What? Come on, man.
I heard they're making
a movie.
It's gonna be 2.5 hours too. Watch.
Wow, man. The Oregon Trail, the lore of Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Got to watch Madam Web and Kraven to know what Oregon Trail is.
Yeah, people are gonna complain about how woke it is and shit because
Oh yeah.
Like what the fuck are all these Indians doing in the Oregon Trail?
Where are the white people? This movie is woke. All right.
Yeah.
Are we done talking about? I think we're too old to even talk about. Jeff the Land Shark.
Oh yeah. So I have not. I haven't played it enough to master teaming up.
Okay.
Actually, somebody did that to me. Yeah, Jeff the Shark jumped on my back and did some shit.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, and I had no idea.
I don't think he could jump on everybody's back.
Yeah, I think they got to team up with you. Like you could team up with other players, and you can like assist each other. Like I've seen like the Hulk throw Wolverine. I've seen, and like I said, Jeff the Shark jumped on my back as Groot and did some. I thought he was attacking me at first, but oh no, this guy's on my team.
Get the fucking shark off me! Yeah.
Yeah, and then he did some amazing shit that I don't know how to do.
Yeah.
So obviously,
he was MVP on my team.
Yeah, obviously, people are spending hours getting to know upgrading their characters, doing all that shit, and getting awesome at this game. While I've only played it a few times.
We're too big. See, that's our problem, Eli. We're worried about working and making a living and shit.
We got lives.
Just playing this game.
yeah, we got lives.
Yeah, like why are we not playing this game 8 hours a day, learning every single glitch on this game or some shit?
Yeah. I got to walk outside. I need to go outside sometimes. It just requires.
Sometimes we got to touch grass.
Yeah, we don't need to touch grass
when you have Marvel Rivals.
It's just mandatory times in my life where I have to leave the house.
But that's time you could be getting better at this game, Eli.
I know, man. I could be awesome. I could be like the shit as Groot.
Right.
But just like Star Wars Hunters, I stopped playing for a little bit. And then I picked it up like a week or two later, and then everybody was like way better. Like I didn't up. That's the thing is you have to. The more you play, the more upgraded your character can get, and the more powers and abilities and all that bullshit. So if you're not consistent, you're gonna fall behind, and then the game sucks after a while. So, especially when it's only online play. That's the only purpose of it. Like you have to play online.
They have a bot feature.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. But it's fine. Like it's fine. But
for people that haven't played the game, it's free on every system. I'm playing on PC. It's on Xbox.
Yeah.
It's on PlayStation.
We should team up then. We should.
Yeah. Just hit me up. We'll figure all that shit out.
We'll
I
rock
just want to jump on DC, even if this is the thing I even wanted to get on. But I'm like, hey, this shit kind of fun.
Yeah,
What the fuck I'm doing, but it's fun.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, anybody who's playing this who fucking
Yeah,
wants
and
to jump.
me and Eli are gonna jump on this. If y'all want to jump on with us, we can do a party or. Do they still say that, or am I dating myself?
I don't know. Squad up or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
You want to be on the Punisher Groot squad with me and Leroy?
Yeah, I'm
let's
ready
do
to
it.
Punisher. So yeah.
I'll put it on my calendar.
There you go. We'll make a group page.
I will
we'll do
schedule
something.
in the time.
Yeah. Y'all jump on with us. We'll do something. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Can we? I think we're talking about it. I think we're too old to even talk as much about the game as we have. Okay. All right. That being said, can we talk about another video game that's something maybe more our speed, something for old people, for grown people?
I don't know about that, but sure.
Okay. Well, this is something the older people are playing, so we can jump on that. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so another video game. We're still in the video game section. This is actually a meaty video game section we talk about right now. We're gonna talk about Indiana Jones and the Circle of Life, or what was the name again?
The Great Circle or something?
That shit. Some shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
The Great Circle.
The Great Circle. Okay, so it's an Xbox exclusive. It was made by Bethesda. For those people don't know, Bethesda, they bought Bethesda last year for like 70 billion or some shit. They also bought Call of Duty, like all those games. So yeah. So they played on there. And yeah, honestly, Eli, I think you've made it farther than I have. But I enjoyed the game playing it.
Okay.
Yeah. It started off, it was just like the movie. I'm trying to see if I can throw this thing up there. It started off like the movie. You got some movie scenes in there. You sneak around. What I did like about this game is that you could, what could you do in this game? Okay, when you punch somebody, it sounded like the movie. Like, that shit.
Yeah.
All those crazy sound effects. I like, okay, I like that shit. So yeah. What else they had on there? Yeah, you're going through Indiana Jones. You're doing Indiana Jones shit. All that's cool. I'm trying to see if I can throw it up there. Here's the thing, Eli. When I first played the game, when I turned the game on, I didn't know that it was basically the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, of Raiders, the beginning. Yeah,
the beginning. It's
the
like
idol.
It copies. Yeah, it copies Raiders to a T. Let me see if I can throw that thing up there. Okay, I'm gonna throw it up there. So it was copying Raiders. I was like, oh shit, okay, because it's been so long since I've seen Raiders. So when they threw it, so they just walking through the jungle, stuff like that, and then it shows up that South American thing. I was like, oh, I remember this shit. And then he throws the whip and shit like that. I was like that. So I'm like, okay. And then the whole prequel of this game is the beginning of Raiders. So yeah. So I do myself. Matter of fact, Eli, I was so hyped about it. I watched Raiders right after I finished playing this game.
Well, I ended up watching the new Indiana Jones after playing this game.
Not
which
quite
I had
as
not
good as
seen.
Raiders, but yeah.
Oh no, it is not. But yes, no, I played this game. You probably liked it a little bit more than I did. I'm not a fan of the stealth playing. I'm not a fan of the open world playing. Again, it all comes down to time. I just don't have the time. I played this game for a couple hours. I kept getting caught by I was supposed to steal money to buy a camera. I kept getting caught by the Nazis. You have to sneak in their tent and like crouch down and steal money. And I kept getting caught. And I thought, okay, I'm going to beat these motherfuckers up. But I can't get into that fight play. Yeah, it's fun. The sound effects are cool. But when you got like a gang, like 20 Nazis trying to beat your ass, yeah, and there's no combos or special moves. Like
there are special moves. Okay, have you tried the whip?
Yeah, not
okay,
while
you
I
can
was
whip
fighting,
like
though.
Scorpion on Mortal Kombat.
Okay, well, I like I've used the whip to like swing and shit, but not while fighting. But
yeah. So if they got guns and shit, you can like whip them from a distance, and then you can like throw the catch them, get over here, and then if you do that, you like punch them and throw them or whatever you need to do from there.
No, I was like, waiting for
the combat is a little bit deeper, than I was expecting to be. Like you can do
power
punches
I could not get it down. I was hoping there was be some Super Saiyan thing where he punches the ground and everybody goes flying away and shit. Some Neo shit.
Not Indiana Jones, man.
But yeah, it's
not Kraven the Hunter, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I was into the story though. That's what was keeping me going was the storyline. You are essentially playing an Indiana Jones movie. Mm-hmm. but there's parts where okay, I'm playing the boring parts of the Indiana Jones movie. I have to pack his suitcase. I have to drink some tea.
Right.
You know, I ain't got time for this shit. So
it's immersion, Eli.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing is what kept me going is I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan. I grew up on these movies. They're like a staples of my childhood. I read the comics. I saw the movies in the theater multiple times. My grandpa gave me a fedora so I could walk around trying to be fucking Indiana Jones. I used to walk around with my belt, whipping in the jungle gyms and shit, like pretending to be Indiana Jones. I didn't care, even though I'm native and it's problematic because he's raping all these sacred indigenous sites. I didn't give a shit. I just wanted to go around, punching Nazis.
But you know why you don't think he's as bad as they paint him to be, Eli? Because he was fighting Nazis.
He was fighting Nazis. Yes, that's what made him,
because Nazis are bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gen Z.
But yeah, I love these movies. And yeah, so after playing this game, I was like, you know what? I still have not watched that new Indiana Jones movie. And it was on Disney, and I decided, I'm gonna check it out. I got Disney, I might as well. So I did. I watched it the other night. And then I remembered, okay, now I know why I didn't watch this.
Oh, man. I didn't think it was that bad, Eli. That's just me.
I just didn't want to see old man Indiana Jones.
See his... Nope. I'm not going to say it.
I want to, I didn't... And the CGI, yes, there's something about the CGI fights and the CGI action scenes that felt it feels like a video game,
where they did go a little bit overboard with that.
Yeah, and
and his voice didn't match his young CGI face.
Yeah,
he still sounded like old Indy.
Yeah, some of it wasn't bad, like the beginning scene where it's like a half hour of just the chase scenes and shit, and where it was young Indiana Jones. I'm like, it was fine, but yeah, there's no tension for me, I guess, as just seeing real stunt men doing stunts, and like I said, I don't want anyone to like get hurt, but there's just that thrill. I mean, there's a reason why you still watch Tom Cruise do shit in Mission Impossible movies or Jackie Chan, because they were really doing that shit. So yeah, I just had no interest in seeing old man Indiana Jones. Here's the thing. Steven Spielberg wanted to make a James Bond movie. And George Lucas was like, no, I got something else. Let's do this Indiana Jones. I got something
better. That's what he said.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, we'll do Indiana Jones. So they did Indiana Jones. But if they meant it to be James Bond been recast. They recasted James Bond a bunch of times.
Right.
They could totally do that. But they're not going to because of fucking Solo.
I was just about to say that, right.
Yeah. Fucking Solo fucked it all up. When none of those actors were that bad. They were fine. I thought cool.
They were pretty good. Yeah.
Yes. I was cool with recasting Solo and Lando and all them motherfuckers. It's the fucking story that sucked. That's back when they were trying to make episodic TV shows. Right. Like let's not write a cool story. Let's set up the movie for like the next 5 movies. So you got to wait 5 movies to see something cool, like what they were doing with the MCU. And they kind of fucked up the story. Let's bring Darth Maul and have him do nothing.
Right.
That's why Solo didn't, do so great. The actors were fine, and they could have totally recast Indiana Jones if they want. They just won't now because of Solo. Solo fucked it all up, and let's have old ass Indiana Jones complaining about his hip,
way past his prime,
and all that shit. And it was kind of sad. So yeah, but I grew up on those movies. Toys, comics. They did recast Indiana Jones. They said, oh yeah, we did it before with the Young Indiana Jones series, and so it won't work. It didn't work because that was a TV show with a low budget. Yeah, you weren't ripping hearts out and having Nazis melting,
right,
on TV. That's why that didn't work. It's not because of the actors. It's because budgets and shitty storytelling is why shit's not working.
Oh, for anybody looking at the video, yes, that is Tony Todd. It may be
Yeah.
his last role, but I think Gomer said he's got another role past it. But a Final
Yeah.
Destination, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I guess the main thing with this game is for me is trying to find the time to like play it, and beat it. Like I still haven't beaten Red Dead Redemption. I still never beat that Ghost of Tsushima. I had to. It took me months. Yeah. It took me months to beat all those Batman Arkham games and Spider-Man and all that. So it's like that's the thing. I don't have the time for these long ass games. And when you stop playing for a little bit, you forget how to fucking control them. You jump
right.
back.
You forget what the storyline, forget where you were.
Yeah. What do I got to do now? Okay. What's the button to wipe my ass and, pick my nose and the map and how do I checkpoint? Like, you got to like relearn it all over. So you got to take a couple days just figuring out how to play the fucking thing again. So yeah. That's just me. That's just me. I'm old. Yes. I'm an old fucking fart who, ain't got time for this shit. But yeah, it looks great. The storyline's great. I'll probably just watch gameplay on YouTube like I always do.
Right. Watch somebody else play it.
Watch somebody else play it. 11 hours though. I saw it was like 11 hours.
Be like, we just complained about people doing that shit. I'm gonna just watch somebody else play. I'm not gonna do this shit.
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck is this money? I had to jump on YouTube to find out where the money was at.
Where to go next? Yeah.
To buy the camera. Like, I gotta go fucking steal it from these Nazis, and I kept getting caught, and that was like an hour. That took me like an hour
just to run around and do this shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Now where do I gotta go again?
Remind me not to watch your Twitch stream.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
so
me going,
just
fuck.
Run in circle for an hour.
Screaming and yelling and get my blood pressure all up. Fuck. Rage quitting and shit.
For anybody wondering, that was my Twitch stream I was playing. So yeah, I just don't. So yeah.
I got to the Vatican City, and yeah, where I had to buy a camera and I got to take pictures of shit, but I didn't have enough money, so I had to go steal money. And I'm dressed as a priest, and and now that I got caught, now Nazis are after me now because they see my face. So now I got to sneak around and shit, like everywhere. I got to duck and crouch and crawl. So now it's going to take even longer because I'm crawling.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's my review.
Right. All right. Like I said, neither one of us finished. We're not gonna slap a score. We just given our impressions what it is. So,
yeah.
All right. That being said, we move to the next part of the podcast.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, we finally made it. We took us a while to get here, but yeah, we finally made it. Okay, so like I said, it's the comic bullies. We're talking about comic books. We're gonna jump into it. And Eli, I guess you go first.
Sure.
Okay. What you got?
I got Alien.
Eli, I'm feeling so good right now because we had all this shit. My computer would have just choked and went belly up before all this shit we were just doing. So yeah.
Yeah, I got this Alien Paradiso.
Paradiso.
Number 1.
Okay.
So this is the new story arc.
Like alien love story or something?
I guess, or vacation.
The alien queen meets her king. Okay.
Yeah, how the queen got her groove back. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, this is the new story arc in the Alien, the Marvel Alien series. Oh shit. I'm trying to pull it up here. And it's about this planet. It's like a vacation planet, like a resort planet. I think it's called Paradiso, where I think it's like criminals and shit go there. Yeah, it's like casino, like a tropical planet, beaches, casinos, resorts, and like criminals go there to like have fun, like a Vegas, I guess, like a Vegas for criminals,
Okay.
And then some undercover like cops show up to because I guess there's a heist going down and they heard something that's going down on the planet. So they show up and they're going to meet these these thugs, and they meet one of them and he's like, "Oh, I don't feel so well. And then he starts choking and then bam, a chest burster comes out of his stomach. I'm like, whoa, you know, and then all that's basically where it starts. The beginning of the story.
Yeah, you got like his head chopped off or something.
Oh, so it starts out like there's an infestation and they're all hiding and aliens are attacking and we're seeing all these motherfuckers get fucked up. And then it goes like 12 hours earlier. And then it shows the undercover cops showing up and getting on the planet. And then we see how the infestation begins. You know, one of the criminals show up with a chest burster inside them, and then it hatches, and then that's to be continued. So yeah, it starts out like, you know, with an alien attack, and then it jumps into a flat. How we got here, you know, so that's how the story structure is. But I gotta say, like, oh yeah, then we get to see alien vision. Like, you know,
holy fuck.
but check that out. Yeah, I gotta say
that guy, like, is he running super speed? Is he in his Speed Force or something? Or like, okay,
yeah, that's alien vision.
Seeing him.
Yeah,
Wow.
alien
Okay.
POV.
Because they don't have eyes, right?
No, they're all like
Right.
sensing, you know.
Oh,
But
they're sensing him. Okay, yeah.
I gotta say, this shit goes hard. This shit is gory as hell. I was
Yeah,
impressed.
I'm just looking at that panel. I'm like, damn, okay.
Yeah, like the chest burster scene was bloody as hell. Yeah, you see that shit? He's getting impaled through his throat with the alien tail. Yeah, getting half his head getting chopped off. This goes pretty hard. There's some gnarly kills in this. So just for that, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. The storyline's kind of like whatever. It's another planet, whatever, undercover cops. Who gives a shit? Just get to the alien action and, you know, just send in the infestation. So yeah, this was fun. 4 out of 5. I'm digging it. You know, it was cool.
Nice.
Made up for Romulus.
Oh, I forgot you're the only person on the planet didn't like that movie. Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm old. That's why.
All right. So next one I'm going to do is where are we? Okay, I'm going to do Ultimate Universe number 1. So technically, this is basically just a recap of what's been going on so far.
I was about to say, didn't you review that last week?
No, that was Ultimate.
That was the Ultimates.
Ultimates. This is like a one-shot thing for people who haven't been keeping up what's going on. So yeah.
Okay.
So that's what's going on with this. Damn, backed it up. Okay. So Ultimate Universe, and I gotta show you this because there's a lot of pages of this book. Okay. Because the star of this book is Nick Fury. White Nick Fury.
What the fuck?
Right. Woke. Wait. No, it's not woke because he's white. So I'm confused. But I don't even know the plot anymore.
It's
anti-woke?
It's anti-inclusion now because he's white.
Oh, okay. I guess.
So they're not getting their diversity points. You know what I'm saying? So
they're not checking the box. They're checking the box by not checking the box.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah,
this shit's so confusing. I don't know. I don't even know what to be mad at anymore.
What am I supposed to be pissed off at?
Right. Internet, tell me, please. Anyway, Ultimate Universe. Let's go. All right. So the book starts off with this dude named, I'm going to make up a name. I can find his name. Kenneth Kincaid. And the book starts off with him barbecuing. He's at a family picnic barbecuing, and there's a thunderstorm over the top of it. He's like, hey, it looks like a thunderstorm right there. And then, bam, he gets shot by lightning. And then the voice, the narrator of the book is just like, and Kenneth Kincaid is well done. And his family's just freaking the fuck out, running around and shit like that to get out of here. And they're like, target acquired. So they look up in the sky, and in the thunderstorm is not the helicarrier, the beast is what they call it. It's a helicarrier, but it's not a helicarrier. And it's not Shield, it's the Hand. So we've seen Hand. Not a tank. No, it's a helicarrier, but it's not a helicarrier.
That was the Superman book where there was like a helicopter tank.
Oh, helicopter tank and Superman fly through a car or some shit. Yeah. So this is the Beast, and the Beast camouflages itself with thunderstorms, and they take out targets by just hitting them with lightning, and they just think, oh, hey, you got struck by lightning, okay, and they just move on to the next target. So yeah, that's how they do it. And he's like, yeah, target acquired, and then it's time for his meeting. His Hand agent telling him it's time for a meeting. He's like, okay, we're gonna go to a meeting, and like I said, it's white Nick Fury. So yeah, so he's going to there, and basically what they've been doing is that they captured Howard the Duck. What did he do? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, he fucked up and make America maker again. I guess I don't know. Fuck it. Point is, he works for the maker. He best do the bird. At first he's been working for the maker directly. Since the maker's been, whatever the fucking time loop, whatever like that, he has to have a meeting with the council, and he's counting down 35 minutes to go what's going on. So he goes in the room, and boom, it is the council. They give a roll call to everybody's going, and that's when we talk about the recap. I'm not going to recap everybody, but I'm going to recap this one specific person because we didn't know this. Sunspot, his dad. So they go into detail about what's going on with them. So apparently his dad is siphoning his strength, energy, life, and force and power into him. So that's why Roberto looks so weak in the back, and his father looks strong because he's sucking all the power out of him, but he's leaving him just enough life left so he keeps sucking the power from him. So that's why he looks so weak back there. Oh, yeah. And you got the Rasputin. I guess this Universal Mega Red is related to them. Whatever. Okay. Sunspot, the Moon Knights, and Hulk talking shit. So anyway, I'm gonna skip past this. Basically, the point is they recapped everything that's going on. Nick Fury has been alive since the 40s. They're basically saying, Hulk, you suck because you let the Ultimates live. They're still going to run a terrorist organization. They're basically saying like everything is still working because we're using our what they call it the narrative. We're using the narrative to force a narrative to make everybody think they're terrorists, make them evil. They hate you. So, and they put enough seeds in the internet. Oh, and they also put something in the milk in the school kids for decades. So they put something in the milk to make them suggest whatever they want you to suggest, whatever they want you to think, you're going to think it. And they've been doing this for decades. So yes, so they've been doing it to school kids. And when the school kids grow up, they become influenced just like everybody else does. So everything
the milk is the internet.
The milk is the milk. They've been saying this shit for the longest. They've been saying that they've been putting shit in our food, to control us. And the internet is the internet also. So yeah, all this shit. So yeah, and he's still looking at the watch, counting down. He's like, yeah, all this is cool, like internet warfare and all shit like that. What about war? Like back in my day when we had a problem with somebody, we would just go to their house, kill them, kill the grandmama, kill the children, kill the sister, and string them up and just show and parade them around, parade their dead body around the street. So why don't we just go to their house? Where are they? And Nick Fury's like, I don't know. We still looking for them. We can't find them. And yeah, so that's when they're getting ready to leave the meeting, and that's when he's telling him that we got agents all over the place. The Ultimates don't know what it is. As a matter of fact, we've even corrupted one of the agents and one of the Ultimates. So one of the Ultimates is a traitor. Who? We don't know. My money's on Hawkeye. So yeah. Maybe not. So, and the thing is, so like I said, the time is counting down. That's when Nick Fury is just like, you know what? Fuck y'all. I hate all y'all. I'm about to blow the whole building up, blow this helicarrier up, blow you all with it. I'm gonna blow it up so bad it might even kill you, Hulk. And then he's just counting down. He like 3, 2, 1, and he pulls out his gun, thinking just to take a few shots with him before he blows everybody up. And when he finally gets to the end, everybody, okay, you got 3, 2, 1. I'm trying to cut to the end. Let's cut to the end. Boom. Everybody's just laughing at him. When he finally cut to the end, like, why are you laughing at me? He's like, we're laughing at you, man, because you always do this shit. Every time, what is this? Is this the second time you've done this? Last year, Nick Fury wanted to put food in, give us chemical warfare. Last time he wanted to nuke the planet, some shit like that. So they basically been saying that he's what do you call it? LMD? He's an LMD. Yeah. And anytime Nick Fury becomes too self-aware, they just destroy him and just make another one. So yeah, so he shoots some. They're like, nah, they shit ain't gonna work because obviously it's not gonna work on the council. And then he starts freaking out and shit like that. He's like, oh no, I'm an LMD, and they kill him, burn him alive, and stuff like that. But he's not like a robot. He's like an actual clone. They just keep cloning him. So that's what it is, right? This future. So like, okay, well, time to make another one. And so they go into the room and they find boom, hundreds of Nick Furies. They're just gonna okay, we just killed them and just make another one. When he gets too self-aware, kill him, make another one. To be continued. So
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the story. Like I said, they've been the whole Nick Fury LMD thing. That's the thing that they've been hinted at in the 616, but they won't confirm it. That the whole Black Nick Fury, his Nick Fury Jr., he might be LMD, but no writer has the balls to come out and say that.
So. They clone Nick Fury.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the book. But the whole book was just kind of it's basically a refresher course. If you don't know what's going on in the Ultimates, you could just read this book and catch you up and just move on from there.
So that
yeah.
was Berto's dad. Because then
that was Berto's dad.
Yeah, because then I was like, is that Berto or is his dad?
That's his dad. It was, but he was in the back at getting his life sucked out of him.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he's a mutant and then he's just using him to steal his mutant powers. So yeah. So yep, that's overall 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, it since I already been keeping up with this book, I didn't need a refresher. But she has some cool stuff in it. The whole Nick Fury's LMD, Howard the Duck has been kidnapped, whatever. So yeah. What you got next?
I have Transformers number 15.
More than me. 15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Did you say I thought you said 5?
No, 15.
Uh-oh.
No, man, this is over a year old, man. It's been going on for a year.
I fucked up. Anyway, you go ahead.
It is number 15.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the Energon universe. Image's Energon universe where Transformers and G.I. Joe are crossing over. And it's been awesome. Transformers has been one of my favorite books on the shelves lately, and this continues to be dope. So what has been going on? A lot of shit's been going on. It's been over a year. It's basically a retelling of the G1 Transformers.
Yeah, G1. Yeah.
Same situation. Transformers crash landed on, Earth millions of years ago and awoke. Only instead of what you saw in the cartoons, kind of sort of the same, but not really. And it's more violent and bloody and brutal because we're adults now. We're not kids though.
Right.
This ain't 84 Transformers. Yeah. This ain't 84 Transformers where people get killed. So basically what's happened, this is picking up right after, they're like Decepticons tried to regroup on Cybertron and opened a portal to Earth orbit, but then they, big old battle, they closed it, and then a chunk of Cybertron landed in the ocean. And so the Decepticons are kind of like, we have to regroup. We got to figure out what we're going to do. These damn Autobots are fucking we need Energon to, that's what they've been doing. They need Energon to fuel themselves, to create themselves, to further themselves. And this Earth is plenty full of energy that they can use. So they decide we got to get rid of these Autobots. And the thing about the Autobots, and especially Optimus Prime, is they really care about these humans. So we're going to set a trap and we're going to just fuck up these humans because we know the Autobots are going to show up to rescue them. So they go to I think they go to Portland and they just start Godzilla, just destroying the city. Just destroying the city, setting up a trap for the Autobots. And sure enough, Prime and the Autobots show up and we're like, oh my God, we got to rescue people. So they start trying to rescue people, but the people are like, holy shit, giant robots, they're back. Get them. And they start attacking them, and they're like, no, we're on your side. So, but the people don't know. They just see giant robots and they're just, and then the military shows up and they're like shooting bombs and tanks and shit at them. And they're like, we got to get out of here. And then there's another wave of military showing up. And who is it? It's A-Train with Starscream. So I don't know if you remember, Starscream got there was a mutiny and Soundwave destroyed Starscream, but then Cobra found Starscream and basically put him back together. Only they gave him, what is it? Is it called those tanks, the Viper tanks or whatever? Yeah. So it's like Starscream body on top of a Viper tank. So he shows up with the Combaticons, and they're like, let's take out the Autobots. But then Soundwave sees like Starscream's back. Oh shit. Well, we have the Constructicons. So we got to get rid of Starscream. So it's basically, that's where it says to be continued. So they're teasing the Constructicons versus the Combaticons. And that's where it says to be continued. And like, oh shit, it's going to be a big ass battle. So yeah, this continues to be just a lot of fun. They do go into a little bit. So Megatron has not been found. When the Ark crash landed on Earth, Megatron must have got ejected, and his body was found by Cobra Law. And that's where Cobra got the source of Energon and they gave it to Destro, who started developing weapons with the Energon. That's been going on the G.I. Joe front of things. So Megatron is still not around, but Optimus Prime found pieces of Megatron, and when in one of the early battles, Optimus Prime lost his arm, but then he used Megatron's arm to replace it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically
and he still
Optimus
has
Prime.
Megatron's arm right now.
Yeah, he still got Megatron's arm. So since then, Optimus Prime has had these like visions and these outbursts, these violent outbursts. So now they're thinking, oh, it's probably some of Megatron's memory sort of getting into your system, and that's influencing your behavior. So that they kind of touch up on that, But kind of the Autobots are basically like they're separating. Prime's taking a crew to this side. RC, they're trying to go find Galvatron. Like they're kind of splitting up in different missions. That's where they are now. And then of course we got the Decepticons that are just Starscream versus Soundwave still happening. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, this is another 4 out of 5. I'm still digging on this book. It was a little slow at first because they were just kind of regrouping and setting the tone. Okay, we're all going to go on different missions. But then the ending, just wow, okay. Constructicons versus Combaticons. Yeah, I'm there. Can't wait for next month. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
Cool. All right. Next book I'm going to do. Bloop. Okay. Well, you can't sit on your end, but I can sit on my end. All right. So I'm going to do Storm number 3. Okay. Now I didn't get a chance to. I didn't review Storm number 2. I don't know why. I didn't review Storm number 2 because the damn computer froze up on me.
Because I was going to say a certain computer app didn't do its thing.
No, the computer itself crashed on me. I was like, fuck this, man.
Because that's what keeps happening to me. A certain computer comic book app isn't showing all the new releases. and I'm starting to miss them.
Came out, so it's like, what the hell, man?
That's why I'm behind on Wolverine.
All right, so I'm getting everybody caught up on Storm. So I didn't read Storm 3, but we're caught up now. So apparently, like I said, the end of Storm 1, it was turned out that she's eventually going to become a god. She's going to become like the Cosmic Storm, Eternal Storm, or some shit like that. Oh, Rogue is in this book. Notice how they form an X. Ah, clever.
I did see that.
So
I saw that.
Symbolism.
There you go. Art.
Mm-hmm.
They're making art.
They're making art right there. So that's the thing right there. But the thing is, even though she's supposed to become a god, the thing is that in that first book, when she took down that nuclear plant, she got infected with nuclear radiation. So she's dying. So let's pick up from there. So let's see what happens next. All right. So where does she go? She goes to New Orleans to see Dr. Voodoo. For those who know who Dr. Voodoo is, stop watching so many movies, read a comic every now and then. He is the former Sorcerer Supreme. He was one of the Sorcerer Supremes at one point. Master of Voodoo. All this shit like that. And he heals Storm. He clears Storm of all her nuclear radiation. He said, Storm, not only did I call down, he calls it a spirit. He makes sure not to call it a demon. He calls it a spirit. Call down the spirit that took away all the radiation it had. You not only take away all the radiation inside you, it also took out all toxins in your body. So as right now, you're the healthiest person on the planet. But there's a catch. Because like I said, it's a spirit, it's a voodoo spirit, it's always catch. You lose your powers for 7 days. So there you go. And even though I took away all the toxins in your body, radiation in your body, and you're the healthiest person on the planet, since I have voodoo powers, I can tell when somebody is about to die, and you still have all kind of death spores surrounding you. So death is still following you for some reason, even though I can't figure out what's going on with you. And it's really bad. So I don't know what's going on like that. So she was like, so instead, since you don't have any power 7 days, why don't you come to the Strange Academy and tap into your mom's side of the family where you come from, like witches and sorcerers and all the shit like that. And why don't you finally learn some magic? She's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I've been without my powers before. Hell, I've led the X-Men before without powers, and it was longer than 7 days. I'll be fine. She's like, besides, I'm in New Orleans. I got family in New Orleans. I'm just going to see my family. And so who is her family in New Orleans? Oh, that's fucked up. Not that. Apparently, like, I thought it was like Here Lies Storm or some shit. I was like, anyway, her family is the X-Men. Well, not the Uncanny X-Men. Not the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, because the X-Men are in Alaska and the Uncanny X-Men are in New Orleans. Just like they split the teams up. So yeah. So since she's already visiting Dr. Voodoo, to go down there, and Wolverine's like, I smell Nimrod. Nimrod's back. We got to take him out. And so all the X-Men get ready and shit like that. They go into attack mode. Rogue just bursts out of the room. She's like, where is he? Find him right now. He's getting nowhere near these kids. And that's when Storm shows up. She was just like, well, you can threaten me all you want to, but I'm going to see these kids, especially if they say what you are. And then she like, they were doing a joke. They were playing a practical joke on Rogue. They were saying Nimrod, but they all knew Storm was coming the whole time. So yeah. So they hug it out. They talk, they catch up with each other, kiss Wolverine, waves at Nightcrawler in the back. And just catch up to hang out. Because like I said, she got no power. So she's going to just hang out with the X-Men for the next week until she get her powers back. So that's what she do. And until then, so basically she spends most of the time spar Wolverine. She's like, okay, let's fight. So at the beginning of the week, they're fairly matched, even though Wolverine's getting the best of her. They keep fighting. But the more they keep fighting, Wolverine starts getting the best of it. She's like, okay, at this point, it's not even a fight. It's just a training exercise at this point because I'm the best there is at what I do. And then she's like, nah, you're not going to beat me, Wolverine. So then she gets a good shot at Wolverine, takes him down, starts punching like that. Wolverine, I will never stop. Never, ever stop. And then she's like, uh-oh. I guess she felt something on Wolverine since she's straddling him right now. And Wolverine's like, uh-oh, you feel that too? So you can see it's no words, but they're words. And then bam, there you go. Bound chicka wow wow. They just go with it right now. In the rain, in the storm. So Tom Brevoort said there's going to be no more horny shit in the X-Men comics. And here we go. So yeah. So Wolverine and Storm bang it out in the woods in New Orleans. The end. No, it's more to the book than that. Okay. So so they're laying in bed. They go back to the bed. Wolverine and Storm are laying down. And then a huge raven knocks on the door. She was like, Storm, I've been looking for you. You have been summoned. And who's been summoned by? By God Emperor Doom. He's taken over the planet and he wants to go over his plans with you over dinner. Because for those who haven't been keeping up with Storm or Dr. Doom in his hand, Dr. Doom has been in Storm's DMs for like several years now at this point. So he thinking, okay, I got all these powers like that. Maybe I got a shot with it now. She was like, okay, so I need you to hop on the back of this Raven. I'm going to take you to Latveria. You're like, I can't leave now. She's like, oh, you got to talk to these people. Okay, well, tell you what. I'm going to come back in a few days. You work out your things, but you coming back with me to Latveria. She's like, okay, cool. So that's when she, the next day, she tells Wolverine, oh, yeah, Wolverine banged me out. Why did she tell her best friend? I don't know that shit, but I guess so. So they're sitting laughing.
They got a gossip. They got a gossip.
They got a gossip, man. Look, guys. Your girlfriend knows everything. Your girl's best friend knows everything you're doing. Period. Trust me. No matter what she says, don't believe shit she's saying. Yeah. So she tells everybody, but she also saying, look, Dr. Doom is back in my DMs. He want me to come over there. I gotta have it. Because she's been kind of entertaining Doom because they had Krakoa. He's got Latveria. It was a whole political thing. So they got to keep up appearances, shit like that, even though she ain't really feeling Doom like that. But you can't. It's Doom. Can't resist him, Doom. So she was like, I got to go. See, because Rogue was thinking that she was coming back to rejoin the X-Men. Like, I thought she would join the team. Like, nah, I'm still an Avenger. I'm still with them. And technically, I got to go to see what Doom is doing on an Avengers mission because if he's going to take over the world, the Avengers need intel. So I can't stay. She's like, well, what about Logan? You're like, don't tell him. Just tell him I'll be back. And then she's just riding off in the Raven of Latveria, and Wolverine wakes up, and then you see God Emperor Doom. And Wolverine wakes up, she's like, she's gone, isn't she? And everyone's like, damn. So, yep. But God Emperor Doom is waiting for Storm. He's going to shoot his shot again to be continued. So, yeah. Like I said, one nation under a Doom. Getting down just for the funk of it. That's next year. So, yeah. Like I said, cool book. Everywhere you go, all you see is that Storm Wolverine sex panel. That's everywhere they promoting the hell out there because they want to piss people off. Because everybody still thinking that T'Challa and Storm are still together when they haven't been together for like damn near over a decade now. but they're still a thing. You know what's funny about that? That they wrote this thing, and T'Challa told Storm one thing. Like, he gave her one rule. He was like, look, I know we're not together. I know you're gonna do your own thing. I know you're a grown woman. Just please, not him. Anybody but him. So I guess Storm is like, oh, really? Okay. So I'm gonna go fuck him. So that's another thing. This is, I know we're not giving a dating advice, but I'm gonna give you a dating advice. If you tell your ex not to fuck a guy, she's gonna fuck that guy. If I tell my ex, you can do anything you want, you're a grown woman, just don't fuck Eli. What is she gonna do? She's gonna fuck Eli. That's the first thing she's gonna do.
Hey, now, I'm not that easy.
Right. He's a gentleman, right?
Yeah, man. I need to be wined and dined first.
Right. Can't slut Eli out. Yeah. Oh, man. That's all I got. Well, it was a fun book, even though it definitely was filler. Definitely nothing going on there, but it was fun. I like the art in it. Storm catching with the X-Men. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I'm enjoying this book so far, even though I haven't been keeping up with it as much as I should have. But yeah. And I didn't read Black Lightning. I'm done with that book. Sorry. Anything else you got, or
No, I'm booked out, man.
okay? I'm booked out. Like I said, if you listen this long, different, like, share, subscribe. Another easy breathy, straight, podcast. I didn't have any issues with it. Eli, I guess I'm going ahead and tell you this news right now. We're not gonna be able to record next week.
Okay.
Oh, my dad's
Christmas
my dad's
vacation?
birthday. Yeah, well, no,
Okay.
it's my dad's birthday. So yeah,
Okay.
I gotta go out of town to go. So
That's cool, man. That's fine.
yeah. So don't worry, we'll catch up when we come back. Go ahead and start thinking about your top 10 stuff, things,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Because by the time we get back, we're gonna have to start knocking that stuff out. Like, I have no idea what I'm gonna put on top 10 list, but we'll figure it out from there.
You know what I saw? I saw
what's
like
that?
a couple of top 10 lists.
Mhm.
Godzilla -1 is on there. I'm like, that came out.
It shouldn't be on there. No, it was.
No.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, it was like last year's Oscar. Like, it won an
Right.
Oscar last year. Why is it
Right,
on
so-
people's top 10?
Yeah, so they are already fucking up right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
All right.
don't worry. So what you're saying is that don't pay attention to anybody's top 10 list but us, because they already fucking up right now.
I was like,
Godzilla
oh shit,
-1
I'll throw -1 back on my list.
No, that's cheating. That's cheating. No,
I ain't seen shit.
yeah, because it was already number 1 on both our lists. So now we got to pick something else. We're retiring -1. So yeah.
All right.
But yeah, like I said, listen this long. That, like, subscribe. Appreciate everybody jumping in with us.
Yeah.
When we do come in, don't worry, we'll be back. I'll put a full alert on. I'll make a graphic or something like that, so you'll know when we're back. Until then, it's Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. Until then, keep the change, you filthy animal.